Hey. Hi guys, and welcome to Ministry Monday. I just wanted to quickly explain the importance of fasting. Every year, my church, we do a corporate fast. That's when everyone in the church fasts. We pray. We're praying for the same thing. We have a schedule on what to pray for each day, etc., etc., etc. Let you know what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, which level you should do. They're like different things. You can do a Daniel fast, you can do an all water fast, half water, dinner at night, whatever it is. But the importance of fasting is, I think people will call fasting like when they just don't eat. They call that fasting. And it's like, that's not fasting. You're just not eating. Fasting is when you are actually taking time to spend with God, and you are replacing things that you would normally be doing with prayer, with your word, with listening to praise and worship, whatever it is. You're replacing that time with more prayer and more intimate time with God. And so the main thing for me this round, I've noticed, is my fast has been like a heart check, because we fast every January. But when you hear like, okay, we're going to start fasting so this, whatever day. And if you're like, oh my gosh, like, where is your heart? Are you just thinking about not eating and all the food that you can't have? Or are you really thinking about the more time you're going to be able to spend with God, because you're not consumed with, cooking or watching TV or whatever it is that is your thing? You should replace that with spending more time with God. So if you are so upset that you can't eat a chicken wing, if you're more upset about that than spending more time with God, than being happy about spending more time with God, then you kind of have to check your heart a little bit, because really it's about gaining more intimacy with God. It is about just having more relationship, being able to hear Him clearly. And in fasting, one major thing is it exposes things. Like, it exposes your heart. It exposes the deep, dark things that are in your heart, because you are, of course, spending more time with God, and so you're hearing Him more. And with me, I've noticed like just certain things that are in my heart I thought were gone, they're not, because they have been coming up in these past few days. We started on Friday. They've been coming up in these past few days, and I'm like, dang God, I thought I got rid of that. But when you're in a time of prayer and fasting, it tends to expose things that are in our hearts that are not of God, because since you are spending more time with Him, you're filling up with Him, the Holy Spirit is really being full inside of you. It begins to erase and to bring up and to dig up those things that are in you. And it's like, dang, I didn't even know that stuff is deep down inside. So fasting is not just about not eating. It is about spending more time with God. It's about getting revelation from God. It's about all of us being on one accord, praying for the same things at the same time. Um, it is about just growing deeper into your relationship with the Lord, and digging down deep and actually getting in there and just hearing from Him, hearing clearly from Him. He can speak to you so clear when you are not filled up with a bunch of junk. Like, when you are not filled up with a bunch of cookies and snacks and cakes and a whole bunch of crap, and your body is cleansing, and it's like, you start feeling better, you have more energy, your mind is clearer, so you can actually hear God better, because you're putting a bunch of good stuff into your body. Like, for me, I already eat like a fast. Like, my meals year round are, well, since August, have been fast. I've had very little meat since August. And so I was like, well, I already pretty much eat like a fast. And God was like, okay, so no bread and no sweets. All right, cool. And then He took it up a notch and was like, and liquid all day until dinner. Okay, so that's my fast. Because I think when you're a vegan or vegetarian, it's kind of like, dang God, I already kind of eat like a fast. But you can do things. You can take out your sweet. You can take out your favorite little snack or whatever it is that you eat all the time, whatever your comfort food is. You can take those things out and just, not eat them for the time period. Our fast is 2 weeks. And so if you can't spend 2 weeks not eating something so you can gain a better understanding and to get closer to God, you really have to check your heart and your mind and your spirit, because our flesh will try to take over. And fasting is about discipline. I know when I am in a place where I know my discipline is all over the place, I fast because it gets you straight. It helps you to train your flesh to not want what it wants. It helps your flesh to for you to kill your flesh. We have to kill our flesh daily because our flesh wants to do whatever it wants, and usually what our flesh wants isn't good for us. And so we have to die to that thing. We have to kill our flesh. And so fasting kills your flesh because it's craving all these sweets and these snacks and all this stuff that usually isn't good for you, and you're telling your body, no, I'm gonna go have this apple over here that I really don't want, but I'm gonna do it because I know it's better for me. So if you are in a place where you need revelation from God, if you need to be closer to God, if you need to hear from God, if you're just in a place of disobedience, fasting is great. But if you're in a place where you're like, oh, I don't feel like fasting, but your church is fasting, so you're just doing it just to do it, like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Because you're not gonna get anything from that unless God does the work and He can do it whatever He wants. But if your heart isn't right and your heart isn't there have been times where I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it right now because I just don't feel like it or I don't want to. But that is my flesh talking, and of course I'm not going to get what's best for me if I'm in that space. But just seek the Lord. Ask Him what it is He wants you to do, because they have, like, for my church, they have it written out, like different ones for us to do. But like I said, I pretty much already eat like that, so that's really there's no sacrifice in that for me. But the sacrifice is only having to drink liquids all day until dinner time, because I'm a snackavelli. I like to snack. I like, have little chips and crackers and stuff. So yeah, guys, just check your heart, see what the Lord is telling you to do. If you're really in a place where you're just lost, confused, and have no direction or whatever, and you need to hear from God, I will implore you to fast. If you have more questions about fasting, drop them below, or you can email me. It's my first and last name, ivanaerskine@gmail.com. And I can help you with if you've never fasted before. There are certain things you're supposed to do. Like, you're not supposed to go around telling everybody you fasted. Like, oh Lord, I look a mess because I'm fasting. Oh Lord, I didn't comb my hair because no, you don't do that. Like, you get yourself together and you go about your day. So that's it, guys. That was simple, right? I love y'all, and I will talk to you on Wednesday.